Hey, how's it going, guys? It's winter time here in central Minnesota. Deer season just wrapped up. Hunting season's all over. Spent a little bit of time out on our property here. My wife and I have 6 acres here, about an hour north of the Twin Cities in Minnesota. Spent a little bit of time this fall bow hunting out here. We had some does coming through. Got drawn back a few times on a couple does, but just nothing ever really worked out. This is our second year at the property, and I'm hoping to start working on a little bit of land management, hoping to get some deer moving through a little more regular and more daylight. Everything is mostly at night. Got some really nice bucks on the camera, but nothing coming in during the daylight. So we're gonna be starting a new series. I think I'm gonna call it something like six acre food plot or 6 acre land management, something like that. But kind of the idea is trying to, like I said, keep deer on the property more often and hopefully get them coming daylight. So let's jump down here. I'll give you a little bit of a layout of our property, kind of give you a rundown on what a little bit of the game plan is. A little schematic I drew up of the property. We have a corner chunk where we have road bordering the south and the east property line. We got the yard here, driveway, house, and then we have this drainage ditch that runs north to south along the west side of the property there. This area is a little bit more open, and I think some of the bucks do travel that a little heavier just because well, there's actually more ground vegetation, but there's less large trees. Most of this area here is all large maple trees. So it's quite open when you're on the eye level, and then there's just not enough sunlight to get down in this area to keep ground vegetation thick. So that's why I'm thinking the bucks are mostly kind of using this thicker, brushier area to travel. So here's kind of an outline of how the deer travel, these lines I drew. Over to the east here, there's swamp, and then there's swamp up to the north and another swamp down to the south. So but they kind of travel through our property going from one swampy, larger woods area to the other. Like I said, a lot of the bucks I think come from the south here and travel the ditch, and then there is does that run this trail. But as of right now, the plan is to actually, so right here is a food plot I put in the first year. It's little, and I didn't quite get enough large trees down around it, so I don't quite have enough sunlight to get down to help plants grow like I'd like them to. But there is a little bit of a natural opening that kind of runs north-south here along the ditch. I want to try to take down some of the bigger trees, open that up a little more, expand the food plot, and then take down some of the larger trees in this area. Try to get some more sunlight down to the ground, get that brush growing up thicker so the deer feel more comfortable traveling in the daylight. And then I might try to add like an 8-foot wide food plot trail, just to try to keep the deer, moving, keep them on the property, add some more, forage for them, just because this isn't going to be huge. This might be, 40 yards long by the time I have it done, by 15 to 20 yards wide, so not a ton of forage. They might be able to eat through that pretty quick, so that's why I'd like to try to get a little more down in this area. Yeah, that's kind of the plan as of right now. All right, so that was the first part of the series. Just trying to run through, give you a little bit of an idea of the layout of the property, kind of what the game plan is as of right now. And then we'll have some upcoming parts here where we're actually out sawing trees. Like I said, dropping those larger maples, trying to expand that food plot area. And then we'll be doing some more soil testing, planting here early this summer. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Keep an eye out for the next parts.